Welcome back to another episode of Put a Lido On It. I'm Ty.
I'm Tifa.
And he is an honorary Lido every time he comes on to another episode. Honestly, I enjoy having my brother
Usually
around.
I come on in Christmas, but this year I came on in the middle of the year.
Christmas came early,
Yes, sir.
apparently. And once again, thank you so much to our sponsors, Rexona, who is distributed by Motibhai.
72 hours of protection.
Sayawa.
I don't know, I rolled my eyes.
Why did you roll
I
your
don't know.
eyes?
I saw somebody doing it and now I can't stop. It's like, hey, can I have some ink? That's pretty sassy.
Get this guy out of here.
Let's
man.
get it.
Okay, so Tifa, if you've been online as much as I have,
Right.
you've probably seen how there's more videos surfacing of people in altercations
Right.
while under the influence, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the reason why we've had like this closure of the clubs at 1 o'clock.
Right.
But do you think that that is enough?
Wait, you know what? This is so funny because I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, okay, having altercations during drinking is going to be a universal norm. Like, there's people who are gonna butt heads with you, and alcohol just has a way of taking you to a very weird place. Like, alcohol makes people chatty,
Yeah.
makes people shake their booty. You know?
Check what the mother gave them.
Yeah, sometimes shake what their father gave them.
Okay.
And like, I don't know, closing the club at 1 was one for me. Like, I'm a pretty avid club goer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed.
And when we're digging into these kind of topics, it's so easy to see from that camera lens.
Yeah.
And for me, one of the biggest issues is people who are taking these videos. Why aren't they helping?
Exactly.
Okay, that's for me.
Yeah.
Like, when did we become a world star culture? You know, world star is, for those who are not familiar, world star is usually it's
a
network,
page. Yeah, it's
like
sort of a network.
It's a network where they usually film fighting and celebrity gossip.
Yeah.
But when people start to fight, people will scream out, "World star, world star." So, like, when did we Fijians become a world star culture?
I feel like that happened with the rise of social media,
Right.
and people just chronically online, and they see that and they're like, you know what? I want to be the first person to post this online. I want to go viral.
Then work for a media company. Why are you just using your personal page to like spree this thing? Yeah, it's pretty wild. I've seen a couple of altercations,
Yeah.
and I think that's one thing that is always concerning to me.
Yeah.
The second one is, you know, overseas you have a limit to your alcohol. You're drinking in the club.
Yeah.
As soon as the bartender sees that you had enough,
They're just gonna
like
like,
cut it out. You know, and I feel like most probably we need that in Fiji too.
yeah.
Where alcohol, like our bartenders have the power to cut us off.
Yeah.
And like, okay, shit, you guys need to go outside.
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna get rowdy.
Yeah.
But at least we're not gonna get into fights.
Exactly.
Because I feel like mostly people are just not in control of their behavior.
Yes.
Like, you try running straight when you're hitting a bottle, bro.
You try spelling Mississippi while under the influence.
You're definitely missing something.
I think with that being said as well, is that it always comes down to the person themselves.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's up to you, you know. I understand, you know, when you're under the influence, you can't tell that from you no longer have the cognitive reflexes or the responsibility to tell yourself, okay, I've had enough. I know only a select few people who will realize that, okay, I think I've had my fill. I'm just gonna ski home and sleep it off.
You know, and I don't know. I don't have any numbers or research on this, but like, this is so different from what we usually tell now about like the fun scheme stuff.
I know, right?
But alcoholism is an actual thing. Like, you know, it's proven to be a disease, to be an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And, you know, we throw this word so lightly about, but when you're mixing people who have it, who have to have the drink, and people who are having a bad day, you know, you're mixing different types of people and they're coming together.
Exactly.
I feel like we just need to be educated more about consuming alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, no one really taught us how to drink alcohol. Or
Especially when you weren't allowed to and you were drinking it. Yeah, that's true. We don't do that here.
Like, we should just have the taboo conversation about consuming alcohol.
Exactly.
And if your family does drink alcohol, like, let's walk into that space. Let's tell about, hey, if you're gonna be drinking, don't mix drinks.
Exactly.
Okay? Usually they just let us, find out the hard way.
way.
That beer and rum and cola, they don't go together. When you mix them,
they gonna mess you up.
They fight inside you. Okay? Don't do it.
Only one's gonna suffer? You.
And we've been on the other side of fights. And I love how you brought it up because I was just watching a fight and a mate of mine was videoing it.
Yeah.
He was saying, I don't know where they coming from. How did they reach this point? But somebody's gonna die. Well, do something
about it.
We can always blame the police.
Exactly.
And this is one thing. We're blaming the police. Police presence, Listen, man. Where are we gonna get the money to pay all these police overtime?
When the police there, you swear it down. You don't like it when they're there. Make up your mind, my guy.
Yeah. And okay, fighting is a natural thing.
Yeah.
People fight.
It's human nature.
Yes. But then we just have to be grown enough to stop it. But we really going deep.
Hard.
Being grown enough to stop it and walking away. Hey, pull your friends away. Because everybody wants to be the man.
Everybody wants to be the bigger person.
Yes. And this doesn't have to be just because boys. Ladies be fighting too. Okay?
I don't know why that hand gesture was towards me, but it's probably just because I'm the girl and not because I fight.
I don't know. That's up to you to decide.
Okay.
You called me out? No,
I asked for your opinion.
So, it's just one of those things that I feel like we as a people, we need to realize that most kids are coming into it. And instead of punishing them to then go and drink with their mates.
Exactly. In secret,
where they consume an insane amount of alcohol, by the way. Why don't we just sit down and have a talano about it? Yes, it's harmful for us. But sometimes some people, a hug just doesn't solve things, man. Sometimes a hug is
not enough.
For people who don't have hugs waiting for them when they open the door. And I know, I'm not trying to condone going into the club or maybe going and drinking in public pubs. But I just feel like there's some problems that we as individuals we just need to solve ourselves. And then one thing is just having restraint, not only to drink, but you don't have to answer people back. Say sorry once in a while. Kiri, please.
Just walk away.
You bump into someone, say, brah, what's with you? Happiness is the vibes. Every time you want to get into trouble, you're just that's the vibes.
Turn it up.
When you're walking, this is one thing that I've done, and I definitely don't get into altercations with. As I always put my hand up when I'm walking in a crowd. Because it can go from two things. It can go to this to block your face, or it can go like this. Look how easy it is. Look how, hey, you're walking in the car and say, hey, I don't know problems, But problems always fine. When I say problems, I mean the money going away.
No. So I guess when it comes to having those hard and difficult conversations, it also stems back to culture. Yeah. Our culture, it does hold us back from being able to have those conversations because of that. Because of the silence, Because, silence, it's a sign of respect, especially in our culture. So, to us, we think that if we don't talk about it, the problems will fix themselves. Right. But in this day and age where kids are so heavily exposed to social media and what it can open themselves up to, you have to have those conversations, regardless of how hard it is, regardless of how uncomfortable it'll make you feel. Even though you're the adult, honestly, it's hard telling younger kids what they're supposed to do sometimes. Because you're just man, I know I'm not speaking from example, but listen to what I'm saying and not what I'm doing, okay? It do be like that.
It always has to be the person who's done the most damage through alcohol to test people and advise people. I just feel like
Because they've lived through it, okay? They've lived.
Uncle, but I saw you with your shirt off, shaking your bum. What am I gonna do now?
Aren't I supposed to do that too?
Yeah. And okay, like let's talk about how insane Fijians can be about Taki culture, boy.
Taki culture,
Taki culture. I love it.
To an extent.
To an extent. But please, Taki culture also makes it, the amount of drinks we're like chugging into our bodies, eh?
Yeah.
Like sometimes the thing going, you don't even notice it, and then all of a sudden it just hits
You're on a plane.
like a freight train going like 180, and you're road runner. It's like, bang! So Taki culture is, I wouldn't say it's a stem of all our problems. I would just say pace yourself. Okay? And so a lot of people feel like drinking for long means you're having a good time.
Acha.
We're here for a short time.
We're for a good time.
Yeah, good
Not
time.
a long time.
Exactly. Please. And while you're in the club, on a side note, when you're in the club, this is not even anything to do with fighting. Please, if you're gonna do this, like the one I was telling you, or you're gonna go do this, okay, please be sure to let's take a pause, get some Rexona. It lasts up to 72 hours.
It's distributed by Motibhai. Okay, thank you so much for joining Tifa and I. Honestly, please do come back in 2 weeks' time. Every Friday at 7 p.m. We talk about it all. And next week, or rather the following week, we've got a special guest. And no, it's not going to be Penny because, she broke a leg and she took it too seriously. But
you're a dog for that. Hey, leave whatever you want to tell her know about in the comment section so that I can, go and look for people to tell her with, because I don't think I have the heart to come back next time.
Laters.